Now, broadcasting from his secret safe house, deep behind enemy lines, in socialist-occupied territory, talking to you on Americanist radio, it's the Resistance leader, Rick Young.
And we're back broadcasting from the safe house on the front lines against socialism. It has been a hectic couple of days just trying to figure out what I can cover in 45 minutes because the news in the last 3 days alone have been insane. The news, both bombshell news stories today are just, it's insanity. It's craziness. It is absolute insanity. The first one that I want to talk about, and I can't even believe that this happened. I was so proud and I was so happy, especially in a city like Chicago, that somebody perpetuating a fake hate crime hoax, and really it's a hoax against white people and against Trump supporters and against the right in general, actually got charged with their fake hate crime. Every year, there's tons of fake hate crimes, and we see it in the news all the time. We see people write a fake note, we don't tip Muslims, or we don't tip black people, written on a receipt in a diner. And here it comes out later that the story's not true, but nothing happens. Maybe at best the employee gets fired, and even that doesn't always happen. Sometimes the employee, especially you'd expect in a city like Chicago, that they would stand behind that employee. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. I was so proud and happy when I found out that Jussie Smollett was arrested and charged with 16 felonies for what he did in his fake hate crime hoax. In case you don't know who Jussie Smollett is or what he did, he showed up at home with a noose around his neck, covered in bleach, and he called the police and he said, I was attacked by two white guys wearing MAGA hats, Make America Great Again hats, and they poured bleach on me and kept yelling racial slurs, and they yelled, homophobic slurs, and yada, yada, yada. They were yelling. This was the other big thing. He said they were yelling, "This is MAGA country." And that's the story that the media ran with, and that's what he stuck to. And here it turns out that it was all fake. He took up weeks, like 3 weeks, of the police department's time with them chasing this fake hate crime hoax. It turns out he actually paid two Nigerian immigrants to fake hate crime jump him and put the rope around his neck and pour the bleach on him. And they were wearing red hats. That's the thing. This was planned from the beginning. They have them on video buying the red hats and the rope. They have him on video doing it. And while he was doing it, he actually paid the two Nigerians with a check. Okay, so you couldn't have any more. You have a banking paper trail. I mean, you literally, I'm 99% certain that borders on bank fraud or some kind of federal banking crime. He literally used a check and went through the banking system in order to facilitate a crime, in order to pay somebody to help him commit a crime. So I guarantee you there's even more than just the original 16 felonies here that they charged him with. But they charged him with 16 felonies, and that's awesome. It was awesome. It was. I was excited. It was exciting. It was great. But that didn't last. Excuse me. That didn't last. He walked into court today. Today was his court date for the 16 felonies in this fake hate crime hoax. And what would you think would happen if you have that much of a solid case? You have the Nigerians were picked up by police. You have the copy of the check that he wrote the Nigerians. He planned this so poorly. I wouldn't have been surprised if he wrote fake crime hoax in the memo line as for what the check is for. That wouldn't shock me in the least bit. But he paid them with the check. They have the Nigerians. The Nigerians admitted everything. Smollett apologized at one point. And it was like one day, the first day that it blew open, and the police said, yeah, this was fake. We arrested the Nigerians. They weren't two white dudes wearing MAGA hats yelling, "This is MAGA country. This is all BS." And here he turns around and shows up in court today. He's in court for less than 5 minutes. He's in front of the judge. From the people who were there, we were not there. I could not be there to cover this. I would have loved to. Good God, I can't wait till I can do this as a full-time job, because I'm just going to jet set around this entire country bringing you truth and fact in news. This is Americanist Radio. This is the pursuit of truth and fact in news. Less than 5 minutes in front of the judge, and they dropped the whole case. Yeah, no, you heard that right. They dropped the whole case. Not only did they drop the whole case, they sealed the record and expunged the arrest record. So you have a criminal record, and then you actually have a record of arrest. If you're arrested and then you end up not getting charged, or you get arrested and you're found not guilty, there's still a record of your arrest. And that record is retrievable from NCIC, the National Crime Information Center, maintained by the FBI. Every time a cop pulls you over and he starts running your stuff through the computer, and he can see in some states if you have a carry permit or that your driver's license is valid, he can pull up a picture of you. He can find any notes ever put in there. A police officer can literally put a note in there that you were belligerent during a traffic stop, and the next cop that pulls you over knows that. If you're arrested and not charged, that is in there. And here we have the 5 minutes in front of the judge. The whole case gets dropped. It's over. And that's scary. There's information that's out there now that's unconfirmed, that he is related. Actually, the information his sister works for the Obamas. She was a top Michelle Obama aide, is confirmed. We know that to be true. Actually, earlier on our social media pages, we posted a picture of Jesse Smollett and his sister and Michelle and Barack. We posted that picture. That's out there. But there's a report out now that Jesse Smollett's sister called the district attorney. And I tried to confirm that. I tried looking around and seeing, where are they getting this? Did she say to a reporter on video, yes, I called them? Did the district attorney come out and say, I got a phone call from Jesse's sister? I can't confirm that. The reports are out there that Jesse's sister called, but it's completely unconfirmed. We have no truth and fact in that yet. But what is confirmed is that his sister worked for Michelle Obama. So 5 minutes in front of the judge, the entire record gets dropped, and he comes out and he has the gall to say, I've been honest and consistent from the start. No, you haven't, you little worm. You haven't been honest from the start. You slandered an entire race of people and an entire political party as racist and homophobes. Not only that, you slapped every single person who has ever been an actual victim of racism or discrimination in the face. You slapped them in the face with a fake hate crime hoax. You cheapened what they went through as an actual victim of racism, and you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be hanging your head in shame. I got so mad. I was seeing red. I was so mad as I was watching the news, because I watch the news 24/7. It's on the TV in the office that I work. It's on the TV 24/7. I have probably every news app in the Apple Store, and I have notifications on. And I kill my battery within 3 or 4 hours of unplugging it, just because the constant updates. And every time something big happens, I know it, because my phone goes off for 3 minutes straight. And I was watching the TV, and I watched him walk out of the courtroom, and he's got his buddies with him, and it's I think his boyfriend. He is gay. I'm not like making a gay joke. I legitimately believe he was with his partner, and a bunch of these other guys, and he's smiling, and he's got these sunglasses on, and he's just like, so proud, because the 16 felonies he committed just got expunged from his record, and his arrest record was deleted. Oh my God. You want to talk about liberal privilege? This is privilege. You want to know privilege? Being able to say, I'm black, and I'm gay, and I'm a liberal, and I'm wealthy, and 16 felonies that are beyond a reasonable doubt that I committed. They have the guys on video buying red hats and rope and bleach. They have the check. You wrote them. that they say this is why he gave me that. It was $1,400, I think. He paid him like $750 a piece, I guess. Paid him $750 a piece to fake hate crime attack him, and he is just completely busted wide open. And then he has the gall to tell us he's been honest and consistent from the start, and people believe it. He's getting people publicly, supporting him and saying, "Go Jussie," or Jesse. I don't know his name. I think it's Jussie. Maybe it was misspelled as Jesse. I don't know what his stupid name is. I really don't care. And I'm about to move on because I'm really getting sick of giving this worm more publicity. There's no such thing as bad publicity, and I believe that. And his attorneys, I'm going to read you the quote from his attorneys because oh my God. So his attorneys came out of this liberal echo chamber of a courtroom where they just dropped 16, without a doubt, he committed it, felonies against him. And the attorney had the nads to say he was a victim who was vilified and made to appear as a perpetrator as a result of fake remarks to the public. What fake remarks? What fake remarks were made to the public that changed anybody's mind about whether they believed he was guilty or innocent? What? Which ones? Name one. Name one. There isn't one. There isn't. You know what led people to believe that he's a worm and a liar and a fake hate crime hoaxer? The video of the two Nigerians, the confessions of the two Nigerians, the photocopy of the check he wrote the two Nigerians, him apologizing for doing it after getting busted. He apologized for like the first day, and then I'm sure he got legal counsel right away because the story's busted wide open. Now he's in trouble. He's not getting away with it, and he definitely committed a crime. Actually, 16 felonies. That's what he committed. And you're done. You're busted. So I'm sure he came out that first day, and I'm so sorry. This is a misunderstanding. This is blah, 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 blah. I'm a lying little worm. And then he retained legal counsel right away because I'm sure the police told him, hey, you're screwed. But it gets dropped. The whole thing gets dropped, and this is called liberal privilege. To keep going, the remarks are that he was made to appear as a perpetrator as a result of fake remarks, which were never made, causing an inappropriate rush to judgment. No. It was like 3 weeks after, 2 weeks maybe, after he made these claims to the cops, and it hit worldwide news, or at least nationwide news, that a gay, black, liberal actor was attacked by mega hat-wearing Trump supporters, and they racial slurs and noose around his neck. That there's no rush to judgment. It was like 3 weeks later that the facts came out. The attorney went on to say, he said Jussie and many others were hurt by these unfair and unwarranted actions. No, legal counsel. You know who was hurt by these unfair and unwarranted actions? Every victim of an actual hate crime. Every victim of an actual violent attack. Every single African American in this nation's history who has ever experienced even the slightest hint of racism or discrimination. And not just African Americans. African Americans are hurt by this because this is an African American who did it. This is a black man that did it. You know who else? Every other individual who has ever experienced any type of discrimination or assault. That's who was hurt by these unfair and unwarranted actions. He goes on to say that the entire situation is a reminder that there should never be an attempt to prove a case in the court of public opinion. Nobody ever tried to prove it in the court of public opinion. The court of public opinion, meaning the general public's perception of the situation, was made pretty darn clear when video of two Nigerian immigrants that he paid showed up on national TV, on Fox News and MSNBC and CNB and AONN and all the other ones. But his statement is just ridiculous here. He says that is wrong, and it's a reminder that a victim in this case, Jussie, he's still going. He didn't stop. He's still running with this. He's still saying that Jussie is a victim, and says he deserves dignity. Dismissal of the charges against the victim in this case was the only result. Do you know the definition of dignity? Dignity is the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. I have zero respect for anyone who's going to perpetrate a fake hate crime, a fake homophobic hate crime, or a fake race-related crime, or turn around and slander an entire political party, an entire race